So let's talk about flood insurance first. It's a little bit easier to deal with than homeowners. First of all, there are not as many individuals who sustained a loss as a result of water that overflowed its banks. There are many of you who've suffered through that. But most flood coverage is underwritten by the government. If you have a flood policy, it's likely that that flood policy was sold to you by your insurance company, but they don't underwrite the coverage, they simply sold it to you. It's the government that's going to pay the claim. There are lots of companies who sell this kind of insurance, but they're not writing the coverage. It is underwritten by the government. And there are different rules. Those rules that apply to damages to the home as a result of a hurricane. First thing is that you must, in the case of a flood claim, fill out and sign what is called a proof of claim form. And on that proof of claim form, you're required to itemize the damages that you sustained. Now, what in fact will occur is that when you call the flood insurance seller, or in this case Allstate, whoever you bought it from, you're going to call them and say, like, I'm making a flood claim. They will send out an adjuster. An adjuster will come to your house and they will look at your house. You'll point out to them what's damaged from the flood, and they will either agree or won't agree. And essentially what they are doing is they are filling out a proof of claim. And they will likely say to you, well, I've done my evaluation and I think the total damages that you have sustained are X, sign here. Now, this is the tricky part, right? Because you're thinking to yourself, oh, I don't want to sign anything. It is acceptable for you to sign if you're comfortable that the amount is generally correct. The fact that you've signed does not mean that you cannot then later ask for more. But in order for you to be paid the sum of money that the adjuster says he believes you're due, you do have to sign the proof of claim form. Now, look at it. I mean, it's not going to be the case that they're going to sneak a release in there, but the fact of life, every lawyer will say to you, never, ever, ever sign a release. A release is what? A release is when you sign a piece of paper saying, you don't owe me any more money. So you simply have to read the document, you make the person who's asking you sign, explain to you what it is that they're asking you to sign, you sign it. Now, the reason why I'm sharing this with you is because you'll notice I didn't talk about a lawyer. And I purposefully didn't talk about a lawyer because the flood insurance company, or the person who is handling the claim for the government, is required to make an offer based upon their evaluation of what your claim is worth. And as I said to you, you still have the right to ask for more if you don't think it's the right amount of money. So I would say to you, you don't need a lawyer and don't hire a lawyer to recover money that you're going to get anyway. Why would you give away a percentage of money that the insurance company has already agreed to pay you? And that's what's a little unfortunate about all the advertising that's going on now. I don't know that that point is being made clear.